Hello, everyone. I wanted to come on here and do a quick update for the stimulus payment. I know I haven't been on in a while, but I wanted to come on. I wanted to kind of wait until Congress reconvened itself, which was supposed to be yesterday. And we understand that not a whole lot of people um, actually showed up to work. And so there was no reconvening of the full congressional. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. They didn't come together. You know, there's a lot of bickering going back and forth. There's a lot of proposals, and I've already talked about those proposals, so I won't go back over the proposals. But there's a lot of proposals on the table, and from what I understand, the proposal for the emergency money for the people got a little bit more support as far as 10 more Democrats have signed up and kind of given their approval for that. And it would seem like, I believe the other day, Mitch McConnell actually came out with something, um, a proposal of himself, which is kind of the first Republican proposal because the Democrats have been the one kind of leading for the people. But what I wanted to do was I did want to say that if you received your stimulus payment, 15 days later, you would get a letter from the IRS. So it comes in an envelope that looks like this. Can y'all see that? It comes in an envelope that looks like this, and it is a letter from the president. And basically, um, what that letter is saying is that, let me go over here, read it on the English side because it's one side is Spanish, one side is English. And it simply says, now, I originally it was said that when this letter came out, it would be from the IRS and it would say what your payment was and why it was different. Um, if it wasn't the amount that you were expecting, why it was different. And if if there was an error or whatever, you could go to somewhere and correct that error or at least submit the error so it can be corrected. Actually, the letter is from President Donald J. Trump, and it's on the White House letterhead. It does come from the Internal Revenue Service, but it's White House letterhead. And it simply says, "My fellow Americans, our great country is experiencing an unprecedented public health and economic challenge as a result of the global coronavirus pandemic. Our top priority is your health and safety. As we wage total war on this invisible enemy, we are also working around the clock to protect hardworking Americans like you from the consequences of the economic shutdown. We are fully committed to ensuring that you and your family have the support that you need to get through this time." So let me stop right there and say, do you feel protected? Do you feel that you have the support that you and your family need to get through this time of need? Okay, let's continue. On March 27, 2020, Congress passed with overwhelming bipartisan support the Corona Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, which is also known as CARES Act, CARES, which I proudly signed into law, which he did. Thank you, President Trump. I want to thank the United States House of Representatives and the United States Senate for working so quickly with my administration to fast track this 2.2 trillion in much needed economic relief to the American people. And I have got to admit that I thought it was going to take them a little bit longer to get through this, but they once it was signed into law, they really did run and get it taken care of. So kudos to our Congress and executive administration. Thank you. Thank you so much. Then it says this includes fast and direct economic assistance to you. It hasn't been so fast because some people are still waiting on their money, right? Some people are deceased and got money. Some people are living and got no money. So yeah. Um but thank you. I am pleased to notify you that as provided by the CARES Act, you are receiving an economic impact payment of, and then it says how much you got by direct deposit, which is the way it came to me. We hope this payment provides meaningful support to you during this period. Now, I would assume that since I got the full amount, there was nothing taken out. That's why there's no mention of the reason why it was less than uh originally stated. But I would love for someone who might have gotten this letter who did have deductions or did have something taken out or did not qualify for the amount. I would love for you to share your letter, so, or not share it, but just say, well, this is what they said in, what is this, one, two, three, the fourth paragraph. This is what they said in the fourth paragraph. So I can know if they are, because the way it was told to me is that they're going to explain the payment and explain why you got what you got if you didn't get what you thought you were going to get. Okay. Um, then it goes into, last paragraph says, every citizen should take tremendous pride in the selflessness, courage, and compassion of our people. America's drive, determination, innovation, and sheer willpower have conquered every previous challenge, and we will conquer this one too. Just as we have before, America will triumph yet again and rise to new heights of greatness. We will do it together as one nation, stronger than ever before. President Donald J. Trump. For more information on your economic impact payment, please visit irs.gov/coronavirus or call 800-919-8 or 9835. So you can call those numbers or go to the website. And I understand that the website was updated yesterday. The IRS website was updated yesterday. So the payment, if you're looking for your payment, that should be working. I also know that if you are still getting um, error messages or they're saying that your payment cannot be found, one of the suggestions is to type in all cap letters. The other is to go to the U.S. Post Office website, type in your address and see how they, transpose it, and then put it into the IRS site the way it is on the US Postal Service, and then that will help because a lot of people are putting in information, and the way the streets are done, because they go off of the US Postal Service, the way the streets are done, if you do, like, if you live in Northwest and the way that it's at the post office is spelled out Northwest, or it's only abbreviated NW, or whatever, that will cause them not to be able to find you. And so type in all caps and or go to the US Postal Service website and put in put in your address and see if it changes it up for you. Okay. The other thing is, like I said, the emergency payment for the people, emergency money for the people, has gotten a little bit more support. There's 10 more Democrats that have signed up and said, yes, we believe this. So that is a $2,000 a month for 6 months. That is that proposal, which is the emergency money for the people. And it will be $2,000 for 6 months, and then they will revisit it and see if they need to extend it another 6 months because of the pandemic. Now, with all of, I said earlier, with all of the states, some of the states reopening and portions of things, there might be where the payment is less. I also know that there is a concern that people won't want to go back to work because of the unemployment. Some people are making more money on unemployment than they would be making if they go to work. And so they are afraid that people will, get all of this stimulus pay get all of this unemployment and then not want to go back to work, and then companies won't be able to pay back the loans, and there's a whole lot of things going on. So there's a lot of things that Congress has to think through. However, at the end of the day, there's 30 million Americans out of work that are not working right now that need some help right now. And to keep prolonging this and to keep pushing it back and not coming to the table with a real doable plan, that is just making the people suffer. And guess what's going to stimulate the economy? It's when you and I go and buy stuff from Amazon. It's when we go to the grocery store. It's when we go out and buy food, and we go bowling and go to the movies and buy clothing, and go on vacations. All of that is what stimulates the economy. And until we can get back to that, until we can get where we are not worried about our bills and worried about if we're going to be able to survive, if we're going to have a roof over our head, clothes on our back, food to eat, we're dealing with our bare necessities. As long as we're dealing with that, we're not thinking about taking a vacation. We're not thinking about going bowling. We're not thinking about going to the movies. We're not thinking about going to the malls and shopping, even though there are some people that are out protesting the shut in place and all of that. Just stay home, people. Just stay home, stay safe. Just stay home, stay safe. I know it's hard. I know you need to make money, but there are so many people there's so many jobs out there that you can get and work from your home and be safe. And it may not be exactly the type of money that you were making on your job, but it could be a good supplement. And I want you to be safe. I want you to understand that there is no job, there's no amount of money that will be able to pay for or make you feel good about losing your life. I said my piece. I said my piece. Y'all come here to watch me. I'm going to say my piece. This is my page. It's my opinion. And, I think that, yeah, we need to stay safe. Yes, I think that you should find ways to supplement your income. I believe that we need to do what we can do until the government comes through with whatever they're going to come through with. On the other hand, I do believe that there will be a second some type of payment to us. I just don't know the dollar amount and what that's going to look like. I did hear one of the YouTubers that I watch and subscribe to, one of them said it may be a stimulus payment to get people to go back to work. I know that early on they were talking about cutting payroll taxes so that the individual can get that increase for the rest of the year. But here we are, we're in May, we're looking at June. So they got to get something going soon, right? Now, for those of you that got your stimulus payments, but it was not the total amount. You did not get the $500 for each dependent, up to three dependents. What they are saying is that you will get the money when you file your 2020 taxes. So when you file your 2020 taxes, there will be something that says how much did you get, and based on what you said you got and what they can prove that you got, they are going to then give you the rest. So do not feel like you will not get that money, because you will get that money in your taxes. They are still saying that we won't have to pay this money back. They are still saying that we will not be taxed on this money. So that hasn't changed, but I'm keeping my ear to the ground because I want to be able to bring that to you as soon as I find out if they're going to switch up on us. Because our government is good for those switcheroo. So we're going to see that. But we do know that the emergency money for the people, there's not going to be as many restrictions as it was on the first stimulus payment, because if you were someone's dependent, you don't get any money. If you were in college, and someone claimed you, you didn't get any money. So basically, a lot of people didn't get money, and then also people that had back child support or are paying child support in the rears, they didn't get any money. I don't think that's going to change moving forward, because I think that child support is like, look, these children need to be taken care of. And in this time and season, I don't think that if you're giving out extra money, I don't believe that the child should go. And I just believe that they're going to probably keep that in place. That if you owe back child support or you're paying child support in the rears, that you will probably not get any stimulus payment that is going out because it will go to um your child, or go through the child support. But the other federal and state agencies are saying, okay, we take our hands off. We have the right to take it, but we're not going to take it. We're going to get it to the people because the people need it. Most people that have gotten their $1,200 or their $2,400 or their you know different amounts based on what their situation was, most of them are using it for food, using it for gas for their car, using it to pay some bills, pay rent. So a lot of it didn't really go back into the economy like they thought it was. And that's why I said they should not call this a stimulus payment, because most people are not stimulating the economy. They're not going out. Now, a few people bought some TVs, because how do I know? Because I went to try to get a TV, and Walmart was sold out of TVs. So I guess, everybody at home, and they only got one or two TVs. So everybody done went out and bought a third or fourth, fifth TV. I don't know. But I had to go on Walmart.com to order me a TV because the store didn't have a TV that I could bring home. I'm just saying. So some people are out there stimulating the economy, but most people paid their bills with it. And I know a portion of mine went towards, my credit card bills and some other stuff. I just kind of doubled up on my payments because, you know, I didn't know when my unemployment was going to kick in. So I wanted to make sure that they don't I can use my credit card when I need to, because that's my backup plan. If I ain't got the cash, I got the credit. Come on, somebody, talk to me. So yeah. So I understand that it's a hard time right now and people need the money, and I want Congress to hear all of the people saying help the people. You bailing out these companies, and thank you, because that means we can go back to work, or we can do that. But right now, with the pandemic being as it is, and people are afraid to go out, people are afraid to even breathe. I mean, some people, I know when I'm out, I'm like, look, back up, son. Just 6 feet. Come on, get it. If you can move back a little bit further, I would appreciate that too, because I'm not trying to get sick. I got two people in my home that are elderly and dealing with diabetes, and one has had a stroke, one has had cancer. I can't afford to allow that disease to come into my house, right? And so I am being very careful, and I'm yelling at folks and people looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm spraying them with Lysol when they come through the door. Don't bring nothing in this house. I'm just saying. So, not fearful, I do what I need to do, and I make sure that I'm protected, but I'm also protecting those that I love, because I don't want to be the reason that somebody comes in contact, because it may not affect me, right? It may pass through me. Some people have the virus and don't even know because they never had a symptom. They didn't have a sniffly nose. They didn't lose their loss of smell or taste or none of that. They didn't have anything, but they are they're carriers of the coronavirus, and they're walking around, and if you hug somebody, you are spreading that virus. And they don't know enough about the virus to know if how long it stays. If you have the virus on the inside of you, how long before you're no longer contagious? They don't know. So let's be careful, because do you want to be the bullet that takes out your loved one? It may not take you out, but you may take out someone else because you just needed to go get that popsicle. I don't know why I got on that one, but okay, because y'all know I will go down a rabbit hole, and so that's my rabbit hole. But I want y'all to be safe. I will keep you guys posted as I hear stuff about the stimulus package, as I hear stuff about what's going on. We still have on the table the rent and mortgage forgiveness, and um what else? There's a few other proposals out there. Like I said, Mitch McConnell came up with one, but it's more geared towards getting people back to work as opposed. So basically saying that if your job calls you back in and you go back to work, then we'll pay you. And I believe the actually I'll look for it so I can come back on and kind of talk about that one because that one's a new one. I haven't talked about that one. So I'll go out, find it, and once I find that one, then I will come on and talk about that so you guys will know some of the things that are out there, and that's coming from the Republicans. The other ones are coming from the Democrats, and so we need to, it looks like some form of some type of payment will come through. We just don't know what it looks like, and this time is going to be either for the Republicans, it's going to be pivoted towards those that are going back to work. Um, or those that if you're self-employed, you're making money, you're doing your you're doing your business and you're making a little bit of money, and so they'll be saying, okay, because you're making money, here's some more money to help you because you may not be making what you were making. The PPP programs are still going out there. Fintech companies are now doing it, such as PayPal, um, Chime, and some of these other ones that you can go through them and you can actually apply through them. And if you are a small business or entrepreneur, that may be more beneficial for you because if you have the paperwork that you need, they can do it. I remember seeing someone on here. I think it was Jeek, Andre Jeek, I think it was. I can't remember who it. I think it was him. He had someone that out of Las Vegas that are doing it, helping people get the loans for free. And so you can contact them, go look at his video, and you can find all of that information. So if you need the PPP, if you're still doing that, they have funding. Some of the big banks are saying, "Look, we're out. We can't take anymore." But these little fintech and these little smaller companies that are being asked to kind of step in by the Small Business Administration and help out, they still have funding available. And so you can go and get your funding, but you got to make sure you have your documentation because that is going to be the key. And make sure if you've applied at a bigger bank and you want to go and then apply, but you applied, but you did not get it. Don't go if you've gotten it. Okay. If you did not get it, then you can go to one of these others and see if they can help you move down the process because I've heard some people say they're getting emails from Wells Fargo that's saying, they're still working on it, still da da da. And then they went to PayPal and boom, 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 right? So that's just a little bit of something for my small business people that be watching me or that are watching me. And there's a lot of speculation on the internet right now. There's a lot of talk. People are doing these daily things, and that's why I don't come on daily because I'm like, there's not enough on a daily basis to report. And so you're kind of reporting the same stuff that you're reporting until like, now there's a little bit of some type of movement. And so um I don't want to come on every day and report the baby steps when I can come on and report the step. You know what I mean? I rather just look, we took a major step in the right direction. And so that's why I'm on today because some proposals are getting a little bit of traction. Some others are coming into play, but there's a lot of proposals on the table. None of them are law yet. And I believe the next time that Congress is going to even talk about this is May the 11th is the date I think I heard. So May the 11th is going to be the day that, hopefully we'll have some more. Today is May the 5th. So hopefully May the 11th we'll have some more to talk about, and I will come back on between now and then and talk about the Mitch McConnell um, proposal that he put out and any other proposals that I can find that are on the table that I think you guys need to know about because it pertains to the people. Power to the people. So anyway, Talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for listening, for watching. Those of you that are on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel because I'm going to have some more tips coming out. Right now, everything has been focused on the stimulus, but there's going to be some other things. I'm going to be doing a W-4 workshop on how to fill out your W-4 to make sure that you are getting what it is that you want to get. The goal is to break even, so I'm going to be showing you how to break even and make sure that you're not owing at the end of the year, or you're getting a small refund. But if your idea is to get bigger refund, then you'll want to sit through this also because it'll help you know what you need to do. So we're going to go through that W-4, line by line, and I'm going to try to help you and help you understand it and do some tax planning with you. Also, there's going to be some other stuff coming on right now. I'm studying to take my EA. I'm studying to get my CPA, and I'm studying to become a certified financial planner. So all of that's into play. So this channel is going to start to grow, and the information that I'm going to be able to give to you is going to maximize and grow with my knowledge base. So keep watching because it's only going to get better. Thank you guys.